think for myself, you know,
Right.
I have to believe in what is real, what is not, you know, because everything
Have you
comes.
read Orwell's 1984?
Oh yeah. It's a definitely, we live in it now. We're living in 1984. We have a whole album. It's I'll get you. Do you have an iPhone?
I do, but not with me.
No, I will send you
Okay.
our Orwell album that we did.
Really?
We did a whole. It was called 1984.
No kidding.
Yeah, we recorded it at AVA, but it's. Remember when we did the AVA show? That was all the samples I had were from 1984, and the whole piece turned out 1984.
Yeah.
I'll
In an art gallery.
yeah, we did. We locked ourselves in. We didn't have an audience. We live streamed, but we did not have. Yeah, like literally, y'all are our biggest audience. So far, we're well on our way, bud.
This one is very, this one has kind of captured me a little bit because it's almost like he's in a theater and he's projecting, right? But he's controlling actually.
That's kind of, I'll be your mirror too. That's kind of like the opposite.
Ah.
The mirror of like my
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
there's that aspect, and then Neptune is supposedly like the planet of like basically buildings like hospitals or conglomerations or things like that. So it like has that symbolism to it too. So
Right.
I don't know. I thought it's kind of
Wow.
a dialectic between the different,
Well,
sides of the coin, or like
that's
the
really
dark
good.
and the light.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Now we're getting into our other style, which we both honestly are having the most fun because we don't have any
This is our
rules.
first piece sold, which is good.
Really?
Bow step. Tell them about the bus. This is my favorite word now too. Bow
Oh,
step.
yeah.
It's the bus.
It means bus in Arabic. but
Okay.
It's
Oh.
basically a word taken from bus, bosta.
Okay.
It's kind of
Okay.
a little bit slangish, but especially when Morrison says it in a southern twang.
You know what this reminds me of, Macarius?
Hmm.
The puzzle that you gave Jacinta.
Oh, totally.
You-
Yeah,
what do
it's
you
like
think?
like a cityscape.
Oh yeah. Well, we're blending. This was we did
Yeah,
our
it's
first
okay.
our first piece that we painted. I mean, we painted a little bit last year, and then we painted a really big, as big as this wall here, mural in Miami.
Oh, wow.
And this was similar style but different. But we were creating buildings and all these other elements into it, and we just kind of, we built up. It was just a fun style, create
Right.
a picture out of
Yeah, it's one of those pieces that come out in like 2 hours. It's like, no, wait, stop.
Really?
Don't work it. Don't touch it anymore.
yeah. Just it's the it's the zone of this one too. The same element behind the other
yeah,
one.
yeah. See, now there you go. Wow.
Keeping that.
Wow.
Yeah, and even evolving it more. And I think as we keep getting into the zone, the evolution keeps happening.
And I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Yasmina.
Yasmin.
Yes. What is
Uh,
yours again?
Mark. They call me Seraphim because that's what I'm.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Seraphim, yeah. But what were you doing in Beirut?
my mother's Lebanese, and I was raised there.
Oh, okay.
I just came to the States like 12 years ago or something. and
Okay.
I was living in New York for 10 years, and I've been here for a year.
Okay.
It's in Philadelphia for years.
Oh, wow. Hitting all the main spots. And then you hit the little tiny spot.
Oh yeah, it's been the best, honestly. I really liked it here.
That's great.
Kind of really
Wow.
finding
Beatrice.
That's the name of the machine, Beatrice. Same kind of elements as this one, but even
So
bigger.
tell me a little bit about the machine.
it's a dream machine.
This is the dream machine.
Ah.
Whereas this is the thought control machine. And
Yes.
that's the dream machine. But in a different, so same but different.
Different effect.
Yeah, very. Oh, now this one was just Monday, and it's our new favorite piece of the week. We basically have a favorite painting of every week, and thus far, this is the favorite one because it came from Monday, and it's just it's a blend of everything really. The colors that we like, the symbolism, World War II jet, a modern day grandma, A little bit of Arabic.
Not sure.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit of, I'm loving the parachutes now. It has the,
It's like either a cat in a TV or a microwave, we're not sure yet.
I like cat TV. I like cat TV.
It's probably a TV, but the microwave is kind of like an
That was the
interesting
intention
thought.
when it came out as a TV.
Yeah.
Now this is a very, this is Omar Soleiman. He's a big time, he's a Iraqi singer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Very cool. I love, she introduced me to his music. I really like it a lot. And I was like, well, we gotta pick this guy.
Yeah,
And
it's very, I don't know, he's like the rapper of Iraq or something.
Oh.
Arabic music. Like his,
Really?
His sound is very kitschy.
Wow.
And like he does all these videos that are like on these green screens of him being like in Alaska
Okay,
or like,
this is the-
you know, all these kind of really hilarious things.
Right,
And
right.
I don't know.
This
It's always
is his
the same
music.
kind of.
it's really good. I like it. It's new to me, but I'm loving it. Oh no, here's the heavy one. You may know this one.
Yes, I do. So this one almost looks like, is like an operating light?
Yes,
Okay.
operating room with the eagle. We
And-
see him for because he has eagles in this video.
Also, like eagle is like definitely the symbol
Yeah.
in the States and in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So there's like kind of
Dual symbolism.
weird parallel there.
Interesting. Oh, this is sad. This is serious.
Yeah, well, this was one of our early pieces too. When we switched over to the canvas, these sides, I was like, because we have to, like so much is going on in the world right now, and you can go from the past, if you don't learn from the past, you repeat it. And I was feeling like, most of my subject matter is from the past, but I paint it with the modern context, the modern feel.
Right.
So I'm disconnected, you know what I mean? I don't really paint anybody I know or anything like that. But I turn it into now, and this is a piece. I mean, that's Saigon in the 60s, and during Vietnam.
Right.
And this, of course, struck me the first time I saw it, meaning 25, 30 years ago when I first saw this picture. But then when we started painting, to try to build up, because we only had a couple of pieces. And I was like, well, we're gonna have to start to challenge ourselves with the content, the context, the subject matter, to be able to punch through, you know, to be able to punch through what's going on in the world. Because really artists right now, we're relevant and irrelevant at the same time. We're relevant for, you know, we can really do good in a way, and then irrelevant because people, how much do they really need you? You know, it's like back and forth, kind of a, but I feel like no matter what, you gotta make strong work. You can't, you know, we're just,
Is that some Arabic in this as well? And what does it say?
So this is Afya Baba, this is Afya Baba, so it's kind of like a explanation of something. Like Afya Baba means like, oh my father, really like literally translated, but it's like, oh my God, like you know, but then this is Afya Mama, which is oh my mother. So they're both just like kind of, the Arabic that's written is like kind of a little bit like slang expressions that people say every day, different ways, so.
And the number 3.
Oh, that's not 3. That's,
Oh.
that's the letter, like, or like, it's like a actual, but yeah, it is the letter 3 too.
No, but I get it. I get that now. That makes a lot more sense.
So it's like, and,
Yes. Yeah.
so,
Now, see, that's what most people don't realize is that.
it's written the other
but
way.
you know, I'm
Yes.
dyslexic, so I might have done it the wrong way. I'm not sure.
No, I get it now. I get it now. See, those of us who are Western based, you know, we read left to right
Yeah,
rather than right
Yeah.
to left. So. Ooh.
So this is coined by Oscar as Minions.
Oh yeah, Oscar, you titled that piece today.
Oh yeah.
That was last week.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, all these are new, 'cause it's all from this year. All these are new from the last 5-6 weeks of this
Wow.
steady painting. But we're mixing in, like the abstracts give room to these. because these go even further.
This is like part of the Bosta series
Hmm.
as well. So this is also like a landscape. It's like a Saturday night kind of debauchery landscape, perhaps in Beirut, perhaps anywhere else. But there's definitely references to Beirut landmarks in it.
Wow.
Mainly here, there.
Yeah,
And then,
Wow.
yeah, kind of a wily evening.
How do you know how each of you are contributing?
There are different processes to
It's the-
it, like different, either we paint on the same piece, like the Bosta ones, and then it's either like we exchange back and forth.
Okay.
Somebody starts and finishes and like.
Remove
you know,
that kind of, it's kind of like paint here, I'm painting here, and then we switch. And then we switch. And then we switch. And then we stand back, and then we look what we did, and then once we start, because that almost is like, you don't even really, you just kind of, the picture's building itself, so you're like, oh, I'm going to work over here, oh, I'm going to work over here, and then once you get enough, and you step back, and you're like, oh, okay, then you're like, oh, that's down, you try to tie it all together in some way, and then after, and that's all just with like pen and pencil, and then start to make, that's just the original first drawing,
Right.
and then from there we'll be like, okay, well let's start to put paint on this, and then that's when it becomes even more fun because it's like we paint over each other's stuff all the time.
I don't like this.
Like I don't like this, and then I don't. But we go for layers. Like these are all like 4 or 5 layers deep.
Wow.
You know, when they get to the end, and like I did this sky like 3 times. Then she came in, hit all this accents, the whole bottom, like everything, and then everything just gets to where we both don't let it go until we say yeah, because we want it to. I want to feel something when I look at the picture. And if I don't feel anything, the picture's not done. No, if I feel something when I stare at it, like if you're right there and you look at it and you're feeling something from it, not just the painting, then I feel like we accomplished our goal. Like, because it was more than. I'm trying to do more than just put paint on a canvas right now. I feel like that's not enough in today's society, today's world.
Yeah.
So that even the subject matter is what it is, the energy,
It's not even a technicality. It's like not, you know, it's kind of unlearning being all technical and all that stuff. It's really just, you know, it becomes like, that's how it becomes a die famous. Like it just
Yeah.
becomes like the feel and the topic.
I like those accents, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And,
That's the other mediums that we throw in.
and then the splatters, but in the deep blue sky, you know, where there's even darker spots. It's very.
That's like Morrison's layering, like over and over.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't have the patience.
I like to layer for the effect, for the depth of this. Because when she comes in, she can just really just hit things like a dance and does things I can't even see. You know, it's like that. And we both, I feel like we both, when we're painting, we play to our strengths and then fix the other's weaknesses. You know, because neither one of us are really perfect painters, but when you put the two together, it feels like we've finally been able to make a perfect painting. Like I feel like it's really much stronger than my own. Oh, this is you'll like this one. This is a prayer painting.
Wow.
They're going to prayer, and it's well here, yeah, it's and also her.
The background's a collage. Like
Yes.
these are like school photos of my mom's.
Really?
Yeah, like the school photo of her girls' school when they were little, and I always wanted to do something with it, so I like photocopied it and like made it as a background.
Oh, it's great.
And
Wow.
yeah, little by little things came along. It's like kind of, it was interesting because I didn't know exactly what I was doing at first when I was painting the figures, and then Morrison was like, oh no, wait, look, I know what it is. Like these people are going to the religious location, the church, or,
Right.
and then this guy's like coming out of it, and he's like, you know, blessed and all that, but they're like still like waiting to go into the space. I was like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So I like that one. This one's still
I like how you use the photos. That's,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
ooh, whoa, look at that.
This is like a manifestation that happened in Beirut when they published this like journal of like all this, you know, representations of Islamic figures and all that. It was like this big, basically they raided the, what was it? It was what was the headquarters?
Charlie Hebdo. But it was
Oh, yeah,
the,
yeah.
Charlie Hebdo. It was the cartoonist magazine that
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
So, yeah.
Drew Muhammad, and then on the cover, and it was all, you know.
But this is a whole different,
This one's from last week. Well, it's not completely done, but it's very close. But we're picking.
style, yeah.
We have a
Very different
We
style.
have a. This is kind of the more that we were able to keep painting and keep tightening the grip, as they say.
you've entered some very significant realism. in it.
Yeah, this one she took like I had the ideas we keep. Like we're looking for because this happened. This is a real picture. This is a real thing, and we're trying to find this way to take something that really happened. Not necessarily. I don't think either one of us like to recreate it, but we want to use it. You know what I mean? And put it into a newer context. Even. And even with this is kind of where we're pieces like this. We're fishing for a new palette too. Like this palette hit us hard.
This one really draws me in.
Oh yeah.
It draws me into asking some more questions, and it's interesting because you can see no faces, even though there's somebody facing you. I don't know if you plan to.
We're still working on it. It's we have to sit with it one more time, but we had to get away from it because it was like almost done, but we had to stop for a minute because it's this little area. Once we get into this one little area, we have the idea. We've been tossing around, but we just gotta sit with it. The hardest to me, for me, the hardest part of the painting is 80 to 100%. It's unless we can finish it all at once, get all the way to 100%, and then be like done.
Keep it impressionistic like that though.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
It's real close. Just one more time with it, and it'll be
I
done.
want to see that one when it's done.
Yeah, it's real close. Oh, and this one as well. This is
Oh,
This
wow.
one's not fully ready yet, but
very
the
close
other way.
to it.
Wow.
But, you know, it's more of the older ones.
Yeah, this is probably one of that's probably January-ish. Yeah, January.
And those were the two first ones that we did.
And there's some paper ones too we can play on. But, oh yeah, well here's a bunch of small ones.
Wow, thank you for showing me those.
Thank you for your time.